Good evening.
Hello.
Hello, thank you for joining us. My name's Barry.
And I'm Jay.
And together we are Mitosu Crafts.
Yes, welcome to our channel. We're independent.
What are we?
We're independent Stampin Up demonstrators based in the UK. So if you live in the UK, France, Germany, Austria, or the Netherlands, you'll be able to purchase current Stampin Up products from our online shop. To use the current host code, which can be found on our website at mitosocrafts.com to receive a handmade card from us the following month, or any extra gifts if your order qualifies in the form of tutorial bundles. So for the month of July, we have the He's the Man or Brewed for You projects, as well as the Just Because theme from Stamping Glam Squad, and previous tutorial bundles like the Hues of Happiness Suite and must-have products from the annual catalog are available from our website as well. So in July as well, we have seen the mini catalog launch for July to December, as well as the celebration online promotion between July to August, where you earn free products from the celebration brochure. So check that out on our online shop.
Good, yes. Links to all of our stuff can be found down below in the description as well. So head over to our online shop if you so wish to purchase anything from us. There's some other links which you may be interested in down there as well, so do have a little look at that if you want to. So we're going to be playing with the Ringed with Nature. Well, Jay's going to be playing with the Ringed with Nature stamp set tonight. So I think you're really enjoying the stamp set at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
I think, and you sound quite surprised for yourself actually. It's
Yeah.
I knew it's one which he was going to like, but I think he's enjoyed playing with it a lot more than you anticipated, haven't you? Once you've got going with it, there you go. That's the dies on the floor. So yeah, so that's yes, we can use that tool.
It extends. Anyway, carry on. I get it.
So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. Now, there is no live draw at the beginning of this because we are currently
on holiday,
cruising somewhere. I hope it's not that rough at least. Anyway, we are currently cruising in Norway. So, but we have pre-recorded these for you. So there's no live draw from the last video which we did. But do still leave your comments in because we will do the random draw. So we'll do the random draw which we would normally do at the beginning of this one. We'll sort it all out when we get back from holiday for you. But do still please leave a comment. Leave a comment in the main area. So after this video has gone live, do a comment down below, and we will pick you from that. That's where we're going to be doing all of the comments from. So not the live chat as we would normally do it. We're going to be doing the comments, the winner from the comments as normal underneath. Okay, so I just wanted to let you know. So do comment as normal because we're going to be doing a mass giveaway once we get back.
Yes, we will.
So good. Well, we're going to crack on. I'm going to hand you over to Jay where he is going to play with a quick video tonight. We're not going to keep you for too long, but we say so we I'll hand you over to Jay and he will show you what he's going to create with the Ringed with Nature stamp set. So sit back and enjoy. There we go.
Cool. So yes, so Ringed with Nature coordinates with the hybrid three rings embossing folder as well as the three rings dies. But for this card, I'm also only gonna use the stamp set and the dies. I love the branches here even, so I'm gonna use that for some die cuts, and I'm gonna do a thinking of you card. So for my card bases, and I have Vera Vanilla, thick, 21 centimeters by 14 centimeters or 8 1/4 by 5 1/2. I also have a Pool Party and a Vera Vanilla normal layer there. So this one is, let's just double check, 3 1/2 by 4 7/8, or that is 9 centimeters by 12.5 centimeters. Okay, and this one is just 3 millimeters bigger, or an 1/8 of an inch bigger than the layer 2. I have some Pool Party offcuts as well as soft succulent for the sentiment, and I'll die cut some Vera Vanilla card as well. So for this one, I will what do I need to do? I'll do some die cutting first, actually, just to get that out of the way. So we have the Suki. Oh, too far. And this one I'm just gonna use bare vanilla and cut out a couple, one of each, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And from the previous live, everyone seems to be loving this bundle as well, so we're glad that you're liking it. So that's all the die cutting I'm gonna be doing. And just make sure that that's away. Ooh. And I'm gonna be doing some ink blending and building the layer of bare vanilla with some stamping as well. Because I'll be stamping, I will just use, where's my paper? I'll use last one. There you go. And also I'll be sharing with you the double to stamp technique. I think the wood ring really lends itself with that technique. And also I mentioned previously the idea that I had with using it as a kind of like a water ripple or something. So the colors I'll be using, Pacific Point, Flirty Flamingo, and Balmy Blue. So we are just gonna be doing some stamping with the Balmy Blue. So use a dauber, ink the app. So what I like about this is I can create smaller ripples, and I'm just gonna stamp that diagonally. So just continue inking up and changing the orientation of the stamp as well. Just to see that it's got different ways. There we go. I'm gonna be putting the sentiment right in the middle, so I'll probably leave that one. We will see. And probably there, and a couple more. So underneath, and probably one more. Let's do, yeah, let's do a tiny one in between there, and another big one at the end. It's really easy stamping. Hopefully you can see. And I'm gonna use the cluster of flowers. So the idea is the flowers are falling onto the lake or the water. And the cluster of flower is this one. So that one actually coordinates with that stamp. So it's a two-step stamping, but I'm only gonna be using those flowers. And I'm gonna just cover this in the Flirty Flamingo. So following kind of like the where the ripples are, or the edges of it. And also adding some just floating, because of course if it's water, they're floating. And one more there up top, and So if that's probably gonna get covered, but I'll put another one here somewhere. And maybe there. Just so it's flowing. So once that's done, we are just going to ink blend in Pacific Point around the edges. So we have the blending brush, circular motion on your ink pad, and I'm just going to add off the layer first and then circular motion into the center. Turn it round and just, this one is probably gonna be lighter around the ripples. And this one was pretty much inspired by another card that I created recently, but in different colors. But whilst I was doing that, I had this idea. What's that? I had this idea of the just using different colors, and it totally changes the look of it. So add a bit more at the bottom, and then around the other corner. There we go. So I think that looks okay. And then we have our sentiment. So for the sentiment, I'm going to, what shall I use? Yes, I'm gonna hit emboss. So I'm gonna use the thinking of you sentiment, and I will just use the embossing, what's it called, Barry? The embossing tool?
Didn't you call it
Additions, the additions embossing kit, I think it's called. Excuse me, I think it's called. Yeah. Before I do that, I'll just, so that one, it comes with the embossing body, the tweezers, the brush, and the powder pal. There we go. So that one, ink cup in Versamark, and I'm just gonna.
Good memory, Jay. Embossing Additions Toolkit.
Yay! Toolkit. Right, that one. And where's the lid? There. So for this one, I'm just gonna.
Include embossing buddy, powder pal, crafting tweezers, and crafting brush.
Crafting tweezers.
And the tweezers are nice, actually.
Yeah, it is. So if I lay that down, I'm gonna use gold Stampin' Emboss powder. So that can just be added on. You can use the brush if needed, but I tend to just flick it down. Barry can sort that out.
Sorry.
Oh no, I can. Okay, I can do it. I've already done it. There you go. So easy peasy. And I'm just gonna use the heat tool. So cover your ears now. So there you go, it just gives it a bit of shine. You could do some gold flecks on here if you wanted as well, but I'm just gonna keep it simple. I'm just gonna trim that down using the paper trimmer, and I'm kind of like just eyeballing it to see it, depends on how far your sentiment is from the bottom. So if that is there, it's kind of like that side, so I'm using that as my marker. So for this one, I'm trying to align that on the K, so it's kind of like a bit more on top, but that's fine. And I'm going to add that onto this one. Will that be big enough? Yeah, I was being stingy. I used a offcut, but that's fine. So that one is probably like an 1/8 of an inch there, and then a 1/4 of an inch on there. So 1.5 inches or 3.8. That's gonna be my layer for the sentiment, and we are nearly done. I'm just gonna tidy up my edges. We still haven't changed our blades, but we have ordered the blades. Okay, so I wanted to use the, what's this, natural woven ribbon as well. Oh, we actually got so I'm gonna add that onto the edge. Let's see if, using Terran tape, which is, can you the whole file. No, it was the toolbox.
It wasn't with you.
Well, it should have been. So I'm just adding that at the back, and what I'm gonna do is take that backing off, and I'm kind of like just hanging it on here. So if I wanted that there, oh no, yes it is, yeah, sorry, I got confused. That's fine. What's new? There. And I'm gonna hang that over like that. So I'm going to add another Terran tape, and this time I'm actually gonna do it just across, just because I want to use some more of the ribbon. I'm just gonna offset it slightly. There. And then cut. That bit. And I'm gonna cut another bit from there, because I don't want to use dimensional on top of that, so I'm using the actual ribbon, just so when I add this on, it can like rest and it's flat all across. Hopefully that makes sense. But that is done, so I'm just going to add glue onto there. So if I add glue, ooh, that's a bit blobby. And I do have my flourishes as well, so I'm gonna add those in now before I add my sentiment layer. And this one I'm just gonna slightly cover. You know, if you follow us, you know I like covering things up. Just because a couple of this in underneath, so I'll probably cut that off, because you don't have to use the whole bit of die cuts, right? You can edit, selectively edit. And I'm just building it up. Is this the correct one? I think I used a different one. Oh well. For my original, I'll show you my original as well as the inspiration afterwards. So that's just gonna go underneath. So that is over, some leaving a bit of gap underneath as well as on top, more so on the top. And then I'm just gonna add these on. You can shape the leaves as well, which I've forgotten to do, but you can just use the edge of your paper snips, so just the edge, not the sharp edge. Whilst it's closed, just press it. So it's easier if you do this before you stick them down, but you can still do it if it is stuck down. And then final one, I'm just gonna add that on. Broom broom. There we go. And we are nearly done, so I'm just going to
So sorry about the noise there.
yes, apologies. I'm just gonna put that down, mat and layer, so it's got a nice border around. And we are going to stick that down flat. If it's easier, turn it over, and then that goes on flat again. There we go, and it should have a nice border around. Turn it over, and we're just gonna finish up. I'm gonna put that on dimensional, so we have a couple of dimensionals there, maybe in the middle and on the edge. So I'm just gonna cut the end piece, and then finally, once that's stuck down, another favorite of mine from the mini catalog, the Peeves. It reminds me of Phoebe. Peeves, right? Who agrees? There we go. So for this one, I'm going to use the white Superlight Enamel Effects Basics in white. So I'm just gonna add those around. So let's see. In different sizes. Maybe, oh, that's where it's gonna go because I've just splattered it. Apologies. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do the middle bit, but I quite like that in the middle there's a tiny bit of flirty flamingo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Add more if you want, but that is done. So I'm just gonna move all of these away. That of course, be careful. You need to make sure that those are dry first. And this is my original or my prototype. I've ink blended a lot more of the Pacific Point there, and the inspiration from the Stamp Review Crew blog hop actually, using Ringed with Nature, is this one. So this one, pretty much the same. I've just changed the colors. That one was gray granite. Soft suede was ink on there. And can you believe that the layer is actually basic white? It started off as basic white. That's why I had the poinsettia on basic white, but that's all fussy cut. And use the bow punch, bow punch with that. So yes, so that is the card for this evening.
Excellent.
And I will just move you up there.
Lovely. So they're wet. There's some wet stuff on there.
This one
there?
is the wet one.
Okay. I'll hold the dry one up.
I think.
We've got to be careful of Tommy tails.
Oh yes, Tommy tail.
Tommy tail.
He knows.
Even when we're not live, he still knows to come and say hello. So that's Jay's card there, which he has done tonight. So
that one's the prototype. But
yes. So this is the one which is all nice and dry. I didn't want to pick the other one up because I didn't want the dots to run. No. So I love that card. I love the colour combination actually as well. And that's that's very vanilla card base, isn't it?
It is. Yes.
Which is a colour we don't tend to. I don't know. It's
not
something we forget about. I don't know. Do you forget about your very vanilla cardstock? Did you say that this started off as white?
Yes, the layer. Oh, of course, the card base was soft suede.
Wow, who would have known?
Yes, but it was white.
Excellent. So, loving this set. So, and I hope you are too. But yeah, so we will be having an online class of this one coming up in September. So do keep an eye on our website for that one there. It should be up there by now. It should be.
Yes.
But keep an eye on that if you'd like to join us for the
Ringed with
Nature online class. So lovely. I hope you've enjoyed that. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yes. And don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and comment, as well as share our videos.
Yes, and do remember we will be giving away this card as well when we get back from holiday. So do leave your comments in your regular place, whipped with a tail there, in the regular place, not the live chat. Obviously do chat live, but leave it down below. Excellent.
Yes. Cool. Thank you so much.
See you all soon. Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye.